It's my favorite day of the week, and the Blue Lock Chapter 325 leaks have just dropped. With only 1 minute left in the match, it's finally time for Isagi to prove that the midfielder man slander is not valid and that he and Megumi are nothing alike. As always, if you enjoy staying up to date with the Blue Lock manga, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out the leaks in my community Discord below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so today's leaks begin with Henri looking shocked as with only 1 minute left of playtime, Isagi is sprinting full speed ahead while once again reforming himself. What a surprise. Henri wonders what he could possibly be planning to do, while Kuso and another Nigerian defender just look tired and ready to go home already. I mean, come on Japan, just park the damn bus already and call it a day. Kuso already knows that Isagi is out for another point on the board, and we see Isagi immediately make a pass to his left towards itoshi Rin. Trapping the ball while locking eyes with his half homie, half hater, even Rin realizes that Isagi still isn't satisfied with this match's outcome as he urges Rin to hurry up. This man really wants zero breathing room and constant pressure, and you have to respect it. Ego did say that diamonds are formed under pressure, as did like every other motivational speaker in the world, but it still applies. Rin and Isagi then use some crisp and beautiful 1-2 work to build through the midfield, completely clowning two more defenders and forcing the next pair up front to brace for a shot as Rin chains the ball back towards Isagi. Activating his metavision and looking ahead, Isagi sees two players close by and the goalkeeper preparing himself as he charges forward. Instead of shooting from that awful position though, Isagi quickly passes to his left again, this time to Karasu Tabito, who receives it while complaining that his teammates work him to the bone. With the defender at his back, Karasu chains the ball back towards the Demon King, asking him to show off whatever he's planning next. Thanking him while mocking him in his country accent, Isagi watches as Bachira takes Karasu's pass and lifts it up from a trap. As someone from the south, we gladly accept and encourage the slander, as it's kind of hilarious. We then get the classic art of Bachira trapping the ball with a grin before cooking past two defenders on his own, leaving them both tumbling to the ground like spinning dreidels. Also, look at the way this man is sliding through the air like he has real-life Titanfall movement or something. This is truly some itoshi-sized Season 2 type of motion. Kuso also yells out something interesting here, telling everyone to keep an eye on Isagi since he hasn't scored yet and is surely aiming for one on his last play. That's kind of a crazy soul read considering Isagi doesn't even have the damn ball here and they're down 3-0, but hey, anything to keep the Isagi glaze and slander balanced. It's like the yin and yang of the Blue Lock community. Page 6 then shows Bachira's perspective while in possession of the ball as he looks ahead at Isagi and Rin, thinking about his next move. With the defender approaching, he baits him to step in and quickly cuts around him. Bachira realizes that if Isagi were only aiming for his own goal, it would have been more efficient to push up with itoshi Rin and go for a direct shot. Yet Isagi deliberately passed to him instead, meaning he must be planning something else entirely. Looking closer at Isagi Yoichi, he glances back at Bachira with his metavision eyes lit up, giving him a thumbs down sign that immediately fires Bachira up. His grin widens as his text bubbles shift to black, and Bachira realizes exactly what that signal means and smirks in agreement. The next double spread shows Bachira making an instinctual backspin pass between Isagi and Rin, catching everyone off guard. The Nigerian defenders shift in panic while the goalkeeper screams for them to focus on the two attackers in front of them, itoshi Rin and Isagi. You really have to feel bad for this poor goalkeeper because he thought his team dominated the African Cup and everything else was light work, only to now concede 3 goals and face another incoming attack in the final minute of their first group stage match. I mean, just insane work. Another amazing double spread follows, showing 4 different perspectives. Bachira's pass threads cleanly under the legs of 2 defenders who cannot stay on their feet. Isagi charges towards the goal line with Onazi and Kuso both blocking his path and hoping for the best, and itoshi Rin runs nearby with Oboa and Bello trying to press him down. With the pass now arriving towards Isagi Yoichi, he glances with his metavision and says that this is exactly what he expected and was waiting for. Stopping in his tracks, he holds back Onazi and Kuso with a firm hand to both of their chests, stomping his foot solidly onto the ground as Onazi watches in horror. From an overhead view showing the ball approaching Isagi, Onazi realizes that Isagi has immediately stolen and adapted his entire flow from his previous goal attempt, incorporating it into his own. Onazi's back turn trap from earlier has now been transformed into a ground pass version designed for Isagi himself. Kuso realizes what's happening and panics, thinking that the new move Onazi created moments ago has already been analyzed, restructured, and being used against them. This is arguably worse than Reo copying Chigure's 44 Panther snipe before he got to use it. With the ball finally arriving, Isagi flicks it up into the air and takes a deep breath while dropping a cold motivational quote straight out of Sensei Wu's handbook. Don't win by luck. Steal victory because you've earned it. Kuso realizes in shock that Isagi has fast designed the entire move for his own model, completely reinventing it mid-match. As Isagi jumps into the air and twisting into a shooting motion, Onazi watches with glimmering eyes, not even horror, anger, or shock anymore. Isagi continues, saying that once someone builds their own formula, they cannot let it bind them. They must keep aiming for higher goals and improving beyond their limitations more and more. Onazi looks on in awe, realizing that this is someone who truly aims for the world. Pages 16 and 17 are a massive double spread of Isagi ripping off his shot with metavision activated and gritting his teeth. Like every shot panel in the series, it does look super badass, but something does feel different about this one for Isagi. I don't know if we've seen another double spread with him shooting and using metavision at the same time, but maybe I'm wrong and have an insanely bad memory. Also, to put it in perspective, Isagi already rage baited their evolution out and led into the counterattack, and now mid-air while going for his shot, he's dropping more motivational quotes and advice on them. I would hate to go up against this guy, I'm not gonna lie to you. Flying high above the crowd, we see Isagi fire off an insanely powerful shot that literally leaves visible rings cutting through the air. Kuso falls backwards right in front of the blast, watching the ball rocket past him, and it literally looks like a bullet from how fast it travels. We even get to see Anri watching from the sidelines here in shock, with her eyes glowing with excitement at the sight of the prodigy before her. Isagi's thoughts echo through the panels as he challenges himself to embrace the unknown and feel the thrill of his own evolution. The shot smashes straight into the top center of the net, right above the goalkeeper with absolute disrespect. Ego Jinpachi watches from the sidelines with a cold expression, while Isagi smirks with zero hesitation or remorse. Though I will say, Isagi's face kind of looks off here. Why does he keep resembling Mark Snuffy's child more and more each chapter? Still, something feels familiar here. Anywho, Isagi thinks to himself that he has to keep experimenting, the ego stimulation is no longer enough, and that he must now push himself even further on his own. The final page shows Isagi Yoichi leaping into the air and shouting in victory as Japan completely dominates Nigeria with a 4-0 win. Raichi, Corona, and Bachira sprint in to celebrate with him, and it's fair to say that Japan's first U20 World Cup game has gone flawlessly. The narration closes the chapter with U20 opening match end. Victors, Japan. And you have to admit, no matter how you felt about the match, no matter how much you really cared, it does feel good for Blue Lock Japan to win. I mean, it feels like I'm part of the team. Might as well put me as striker. Who said that? With that wrapping up today's leaks, the official chapter will drop as usual on Tuesday morning around 8 to 9 AM Central Standard Time, and I'll have my full overview out shortly after. Apparently the title of chapter 326 is Cola, and with not much to go on there, your guess is about as good as mine. Since the Japan vs Nigeria match is now over, we could really flash to any other match, anytime in the future, quite literally, who knows. Also either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how long it takes me and how much of my sanity slips away, I'll be uploading a full recap of the match. And it won't just be a compilation of my chapter overviews either, it'll be edited a bit more and have a faster, more personable recap of all the events and how I felt about the match, so make sure to look out for that. All in all, how did we feel about Japan's first match in the group stage being an absolute slaughter? What was your favorite goal from this match, and how do you feel about Nigeria being crowned the champions of Africa just to get treated like this by the Blue Lock boys? I really expected Onazi or Kuso to at least put 1 point on the board, but in the end, Isagi took the final minute and made it all about himself. Also, speaking of that, Isagi's goal was far outside of his normal shooting range, completely improv created by adapting Onazi's spinning shot attempt, and on top of that, it came from an assist by Bachira. We have so much to talk about regarding this match, so please look forward to the week ahead and all of the upcoming videos. As always, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting the channel. If you want to help support me and stay up to date with Blue Lock, make sure to subscribe, join the community Discord, and comment your thoughts below and all that good stuff. I appreciate every single one of you, and please have an amazing day.